Hey, okay, so we're doing something kind of crazy. I am sitting in my studio and I have been filming a video every week and getting a video every week out on my YouTube channel since the beginning of this year. So like for 2 months, and which has been like a huge feat for me because life is so busy. But this week has been extra crazy and it is now Friday night and I haven't gotten a video even filmed. And so I figured I was going to just sit here and talk with you as if you were sitting in my studio. Zero editing involved in this video, which means I'm kind of a little bit freaked out because I always cut out all of the uhs and ums and the pauses and the awkward things I say, which are a lot when I'm filming a video. So anyway, I'm not doing any of that tonight, and we're just gonna sit here and chat and talk a little bit about my art and then talk about kind of like my goals and my focus for this year for 2025. So currently right now, so it is the first week of February. No, sorry, the first week of March. And let's see, it's been really snowy outside, but we don't need to talk about the weather. But currently right now, what I'm working on is getting some files scanned and sent off to a new wall art company that I've just signed a licensing contract for. So super exciting. If you don't know what art licensing is, I highly recommend you look it up because it is just a really cool revenue stream for artists. Really, really fun and exciting. It is the long game. So it's something that, like, if you want to make money from it, you can't expect it to happen overnight. It takes a long time. But anyway, so I've got to scan some artwork, send that off to this company. It's called Prestige Art and Art Trends. I think I can say that now. And I'm sending them like a collection of paintings that are, let's see if I have any around, like kind of, I call it land and sea, this little collection. There's an abstract painting, there's some kind of like soft, dreamy oceanscapes, a couple of like coral kind of simple drawings, and then some like landscapes and one landscape. Anyway, I think I'm shaking my phone all over the place, but yeah, so I'm sending that off. I have a wallpaper collection with Loomwell that is about to go live, which I'm really excited about. And let's see what else is happening right now. Oh, I have just started another portrait right here. So if you see that, it's actually a self-portrait. It's kind of different. It's from a photo shoot I did in my own bedroom with the camera myself, like a month ago. And anyway, I haven't painted a portrait for like over a year. So this was the last one I painted, this Christ painting that I used my husband as the model. Anyway, so this was painted. I started this in the fall of 2000 and let's see, what year are we in? It was 2023, the fall of 2023. Finished it last spring and haven't done a portrait since. So I've spent a lot of my time focusing on art licensing, which is kind of more like commercial art. And so you're gonna find a lot more like, you know, stuff that you're gonna see in Target and other places, but it's not necessarily like the real fine art stuff that you're gonna see in a gallery. So that's something that I've kind of been torn about this last year, and it's taken me a while to kind of bridge the gap between the different types of art that I do now. But so I do fine art, which you're not gonna see in like the big stores. But then I also do the commercial art, which is, it's quite different, and but it's so much fun to get that out into the world and see your artwork on products. So anyway, but I felt like it was time to start working on my portraits again because I really love them and I have a place in my heart for them. So kind of felt like I stepped away from that for a little bit, but now I'm making time for that, fitting it into my life right now. So so I'm working on that. If I can finish it in time, I'm hoping that it will be ready for the Springville Art Museum here in Utah has their spring salon, and they're accepting artwork in a month for that. So we'll see. It's an oil painting. It's going to need time to dry. It's just going to depend on how quickly I can work on it and get it done. So this is just the underpainting right now. So it's got a lot of work to go. So we'll see if I can get to that. Anyway, so but yeah, basically last year I was kind of all over the place. I had like shiny object syndrome big time when it came to my art business, and I think it's because I was just starting out. Like, I just got my website up at the beginning of 2024, and I had just started pitching my work for art licensing, and I I was just kind of all over the place. And when I started 2025, I realized that, like, that, first of all, isn't sustainable. Second of all, I can't spread myself that thin. And if I wanted to really, like, make progress, I needed to get really, like, focused in on just a few main things. So I did read 10X is Easier Than 2X by Ben Hardy and Dan Sullivan, and that really helped me to kind of realize what I needed to weed out of my day-to-day and kind of the art goals that I'd had. So going into 2025, my word of the year, which, by the way, if you don't do that, I recommend it, because it kind of helps you to focus on your goals for that year. But my word of the year for 2025 was focus. And so if I was actually editing this video, I would have that word come up here, but there's no editing this time. So anyway, so my word of the year is focus, and I decided to pick 3 main things that I was going to focus on for 2025. So the first one was YouTube. I decided that if I wanted to actually have a YouTube channel and make something out of it, I needed to, like, really take it seriously, and which meant I needed to make it top priority. I've talked about this in other videos, but so I decided there's a top priority this year, and so that has been focus number 1, was getting a video out every week, getting better at filming, getting better at talking to the camera, getting better at editing, figuring out, excuse me, I can't edit this, figuring out what videos I like making and what videos resonate with people. And anyway, so that was focus number 1. Focus number 2 was and is art licensing. So getting more focused on what kinds of companies are worth licensing with, because some companies out there, like, it's really exciting, but I've only made like a couple dollars. Those aren't worth pursuing. Now I know. And then there are other companies that have a lot more potential for earning. And so learning what companies are worth pursuing for art licensing. And so I've been working towards getting licensed with some showrooms that have the potential to have my patterns or artwork on, like, multiple SKUs. I have one company that has just sent a bunch of products to develop samples, and if all goes well and they like them, then we're gonna go ahead and sign a contract, which means that there will be, like, between 20 to 25 different products with my patterns on them that will be, like, as in an everyday collection of, like, things like oven mitts and dishware and things like that. So those kinds of licensing deals, I've heard, have a lot of earning potential. So that's really what I'm focusing on this year, is getting licensing deals with at least 2 showrooms. And then I would just be so happy to get a licensing deal with a large fabric company. Like, that is my dream. One of my goals this year, but I have to make it high enough of a priority so that I'm working on making pattern collections that would be made for fabric. So that's kind of its own thing. But anyway, so that's the second focus. And then the third focus is just, like, building my email list and getting ready to film some beginner art courses at some point this year. So that's what I'm doing this year. And so far it's been really great. Life is just chaotic. If you're a parent and you're trying to do anything outside of, like, what's required in the day-to-day, you'll know that sticking to anything long term, it can just be so hard. Like, for example, that's why I'm filming this video like I am tonight, because it's like 11 o'clock at night, and I was just sitting watching a movie downstairs with my husband, and I thought, you know what? Why don't I just go film something for like 15 minutes and um and post it tomorrow morning. So that's my plan. If you're sitting here still with me through this video in my little studio chat, thank you. Um, but yeah, so making time for an art business at any point in life is crazy. It's crazy right now with kids and all of the responsibilities, but it's okay to have weeks that are slow or too crazy. You just keep coming back to it, and it's worth it. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. And if you haven't made any big goals for your art this year, don't be afraid to do it. Make some goals that maybe scare you a little bit, and that's a good thing. Because if you set really high goals, you're more likely to work harder than you would if you set lower goals, which in the end will get you farther. Even if you don't reach those really big goals, you will have gotten farther than if you had made small goals. So anyway, that's my little bit of, I don't know if you'd call it wisdom. It's just a suggestion. And I hope you are having a great weekend. And thanks for watching. Bye.